some of these people were being managers and so forth. Hold on, let me see where I cut off it so I can go back and finish because as we know, yeah, let me see where I left off at. But some of these people were, if they was actors or artists or whatever, God gonna keep nudging you and nudging you to come out of dry places. And the further along you go, or if you're abusing your power, it's gonna get harder for you. And therefore you're going to have to start. That's why these people create a team to take things off the internet for them to even be able to rap, or artists to sing, or they collecting information themselves or whatever. Because as you progress and if you're not aligned, it's not going to be easy for you because you don't have no assets. You're empty, you're dry, and you're spiritually basically blind to the things that you need to be able to see to create. And when you can't do that, you in a messed up position. So therefore they had to pick up people, places, and things to gather information for them to be able to fulfill their positions. And some of them, they have to do underhanded things to get these certain type of things, because it's other people's information, it's testimonies, it's stories, it's items, it's all of that. And when you're not aligned, you're going to have to pay for this stuff. And that's the same way, even from actors all the way down to drug dealers. It's still basically them being on survival mode. But if you already rich, what are you stealing for? What are you trying to become? No, it's because of greed. You have went out and you've purchased all of this stuff that you got to keep paying for, and you got to finish paying for. And therefore, so it's going to cause you to do things that you probably shouldn't be doing. You're out of alignment. Like, I'm not saying it's nothing wrong with it, but no, you cannot inspire me if I know I sense greed. If I sense that you are greedy and like you're overdoing it, because after so long, a person gonna end up getting bored with their life. They start, yeah, they're in their position, they making all this money, and then they start buying all this stuff. And some of this stuff they don't even need. It's too much because in the word of God, God was not living like that. So that's what tell you that this stuff was. And then to take from somebody that, you know, don't have as much as you, God see you. And no, a person don't have to be inspired by you being greedy or a multimillionaire. How do I know? How I know you didn't, what you done did anyway to get, because a lot of times when you're out of alignment, you don't too much have no spiritual insight or foresight or creativity coming from your spirit man. You're looking on the outside of yourself to create. What have you did that's probably have harmed somebody else? Like, no, you don't get no free passes because you're way up here creating, and you could possibly beat in damn near or could even beat in unalive somebody. Did, there's no telling, because greed, like what follows that, like sin is sin. Greed gonna take you a lot of places. These people start making so much money, and I'm not talking about them. I just then sit back and I'm looking at a lot of, and yes, the way they living, like anybody would want to live better if they not if they've been living in poverty. Anybody would. But I can't say that I would just want to create no $80,000 worth of bills for myself monthly and then have to figure out ways to come up with all this money knowing that I'm taking somebody else's creativity and ideas. Yeah, um I could be using a part of me, but I also took a part of it from others. Like, yes, and like it's nothing wrong with using another person's ideas or the information that they put out if you being fair. Okay, if you not doing it behind their back, or I can't say that I really for that if, like, say for instance we're on the internet like we are, and you got tons of people watching you and looking at you, and everybody eating bits and pieces off of your ideas, your information, your wisdom, your knowledge, your yada yada yada. uh but ain't nobody pouring into you. They just gonna take your everything. Like, no. And this son or whatever, like I'm saying, a lot of these masculines was not raised by no their biological parent. So they mother ain't told them nothing. That was learned behavior that they've came up with in order to hurt somebody else because they're hurt. A lot of these masculines was from pillow to post. They was in foster homes. They was in orphanage homes. A lot of them was raised by grandparents that really didn't know a lot, so they would go out and get into things that they wasn't even supposed to get into. It wasn't no it wasn't no mother that had anything to do with this masculine's behavior. This was learned by them seeing the things that they grew up in around them. Some of these masculines, they something happened, and I believe I did a video like 2 years ago. Something happened to their mom and dad, or something happened to their mom, and so by whatever happened to their mom, like if they left this earth, like giving birth to them, or they left this earth because of somebody doing something to them or whatever, this masculine like have a distaste in their mouth for women because they fought their mom for not being here. They fought women for their mother not being here. This masculine fought women for their mother not being here, and for her being maybe in an abusive relationship with a person that could have unalived them, or like domestic assault, something like that, or and then the father just never even had no dealings with this masculine. So they're angry at parental figures, period, and they take that out on women. what they father haven't did and have not been there, and what happened with their mother. So anyway, I'll be back with some more, guys. Bye.